You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Hand therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can help their patient to clean and dress wounds, as well as regain mobility that might have been impaired from scar tissue buildup or muscle atrophy. Location, severity, and patient history will all affect the healing process and should be considered by the hand therapist.
Are you fed up with not having a good lead partner? eDirects.com can help with that. Quality leads at affordable pricing. It's real-time leads, it's set pricing, and it saves you money. eDirects, do business at eDirects.com. Get started today. Are you fed up with not having a good lead partner? eDirects.com can help with that. Quality leads at affordable pricing. It's real-time leads, it's set pricing, and it saves you money. eDirects, do business at eDirects.com. Get started today.
you're going to be bored, obviously, so, because you're just doing swerving. So you can start having a little fun with it. So let's say that Kyle Smith is up. You just put in the name. It's all labeled for you. See where it says name of play? Yeah. Okay. And we don't need it the entire time. So see where this eyeball is for at bat?
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. And then you always got to hit transition.
To put it live.
Right. So right now so we're going to keep it muted unless you start feeling comfortable with it. And then bring it up and see, you can move this wherever you want it. Yeah. Just something for you to learn and do so you're not bored out of your mind just doing the score banner the entire time.
Are there breaks at all? Or we're just keeping
Yeah,
it there the whole time?
Yeah, you've run breaks before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just out of preview and then you hit transition.
Okay.
All right. Negative 25 and 20. Everybody, welcome to another production of SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith alongside my good friend and partner, Bob Vilsaway, for some 13U baseball. Bob, it's 8:56 a.m., which means it's about some time for some travel ball between the Wheatland Ducks and the Wheelhouse Renegades. The Wheelhouse Renegades are actually in this area, partner. The sports facility is nearby in Alsip, but the Ducks are the home team today.
It's an interesting day. It's like you said, it's 8:56 and the game is scheduled to start at 9 o'clock, right? Well, the weather on the whole drive up here is rain. So 5 miles north of here, all the way up to Lord knows where, it is raining cats and dogs. So I'm wondering if they're starting the game a couple minutes early, hoping that they can get it in before they see some rain. Because if you were to look at the map, there is rain still coming from the west. We're at a great field here, Ozinga Field.
Yeah.
And the drive here is wonderful from the perspective of we like these venues where there's a little brown sign on the tollway that says Ozinga Field this way. So it's a real honor to be here.
And the starting lineup today for the Wheelhouse Renegades, leading off will be Colin O'Donovan, batting second, Alex Horvath. Batting third, Isaiah Sarabia. Batting fourth, the pitcher, Braden Moran. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Alonzo Martinez. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Jake Hannon. Batting seventh, the extra hitter, Aiden Gutierrez. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Isaac Quintanilla. Batting ninth, in center field, Ethan Barnes. Batting 10th, also an extra hitter, Ivan Ruiz. And batting 11th, the catcher, he's got a catcher's last name, Mark Maldonado in favor of Martin Maldonado, who catches for the Houston Astros.
Yeah, you beat me to the punch. Hopefully we don't talk about too many professional baseball players today, but the other one that just jumps out at you is the pitcher batting fourth. And, of course, the California Angels were just playing the White Sox recently, and they have pitchers that can hit the tar out of the ball on that particular team.
So leading off for the Renegades, it'll be the leadoff hitter, Colin Donovan. Now, it's 13U baseball, partner, so when I say the second baseman, it means the next inning he might be playing shortstop.
Right. They like to move everybody around, which is the right thing to do. This is all about player development at this age.
So
learn how to play shortstop, first base, right field, all the positions. The other trouble here is oftentimes you get high pitches called for strikes, or in this case, hit on the back of a helmet for a free ride to first base.
And they're going to say he was hit by the pitch.
That wasn't hard to say that.
Right. But sometimes an umpire might get it wrong and he'll hear a pound like that. He might say went off the bat, but that clearly went off the helmet.
Yeah, and the rain is starting here just like I expected as I was on 100% rain almost all the way here into the last 5 miles, sending all the fans scurrying to the, well, at least there's covered places here at this really, really nice professional-looking field. First pitch, off to second base.
So he stole on first movement. It's a stolen base for O'Donovan.
Teams that are aggressive at this age are the ones that win. Steal the base on every pitch.
And that's the thing, partner. They're 2 years away from high school ball. It's time for the pitchers to learn slide step, because if you don't do slide step, it's so much easier for base runners to steal.
Well, that also explains why O'Donovan was the leadoff guy.
That one's fouled away, and right fielder's going to take a chance at that, but not able to make the catch. The right fielder in Logan Latimer.
Did you bring your fishnet? Maybe we can get one of those.
On deck is Sarabia, in the hole Moran. It's one of those days, partner, where we could play all day if we wanted to. It's an all-turf field. It wouldn't be fun for the pitcher and catcher, but we don't have to worry about it getting soggy with the dirt.
Well, the players are already soaked, and it's only the second batter in the first inning.
And Jesse will get a piece of that into the outfield. It's going to be a base hit. Cut off, chance at second. He turns around late. The throw is there. Good job by the pitcher and Ethan Kennedy. That's an 8-1-6 putout if you're scoring at home. Run scores on the RBI single, but a great job on the cutoff to get him at second base, Bob.
Well, great job on the cutoff. It took a little time, but he did get the ball in there. And I actually think if we go back and play the replay, and we don't exactly have the greatest of angles on that, but I think he slid on one side of the base and the tag was on the other. And the umpire, all the way behind home plate, did the old Little League thing where if the ball arrives first before the player, you're out. But that player slid in safe. He was looking for the instant replay. Of course, we're Little League baseball and not White Sox Park, so that's why they called him out. No longer Little League,
partner. It's Pony now. They're 13.
Yeah, so he's not going to get the benefit of instant replay, but I'm pretty sure he slid around that tag.
The other problem is when there's a runner at second and it's hit right to the center fielder, one-man mechanics, home plate umpire has to stay behind home plate. If it was a runner at first base and was hit to the outfield, he can get to the pitcher's mound and see a better angle on it.
And Kyle never takes an opportunity or wastes an opportunity to talk about the fact that he was a certified umpire for a lot of years. That's why he knows where the umpires need to be on the field.
Right. Well, coaches and parents are like, oh, why is he not at home plate? I mean, why is he at the pitcher's mound? Bad route to the ball. It's at least a double. That ball's going to get all the way to the fence. Chance for an inside the park homer.
It will
Sarabia will round third. He gets a late green light, and then he decides to go back to the base. A lot of things happening there, partner. I'll let you call it.
Well, he didn't decide to go back to third base. He missed third base, so he had to go back and touch it. The general rule of thumb, if you can get to second base before the outfielder picks up the ball, and he got to second base before the outfielder picked up the ball, you've got home. As for the bad route in the outfield, I don't think any route would have caught that ball. That was scalded over the left fielder's head all the way to the wall. Let's see, I'm looking for the feet out there. It's unfortunately I'm wearing my glasses, not my contacts, so I can't read it. 320 feet out there, something like that. He scalded that ball.
Good job on the hit.
And another hit by pitch.
Second one of the inning, and Partner, it's one of those days where it could be a day where both starting pitchers hit batters. It's hard to grip that ball today.
Well, one thing, maybe the wet ball, the conditions, whatever is causing this, the mound being turf, not sand. I mean, all these things can matter. But for the most part, when the pitch has been in the strike zone, it's the Renegades hit it. Otherwise, the pitch hits the batter. But first and third now. But their runner at first, staying at third, it was not any harm staying at third with one out. You got to figure they're going to find a way to score him another way. It's unfortunate he missed third base, though. But these bases, I mean, they're not even high school yet, so their legs aren't quite growing out yet, and they're not as fast as you want them to be, and it takes a long time to get from base to base.
Dominic Giuseppe, the manager for the 13U Ducks, talking to his pitcher in Kennedy. His son is the catcher. Owen D. Giuseppe. We had both guys in the pregame show. Well, partner, in 13U travel, you're going to see that runner at first usually go. Moran at first. Sarabi at third, and we'll see how the Ducks want to play it.
They're not even holding him on at first, so, here comes a wild pitch.
Right back to the catcher. Even if you'd gotten it, Bob, probably can't get him at the plate. Runner and Moran gets all the way to third base. It's a wild pitch, Bob, but I think D. Giuseppe should have had that one.
Well, a wild pitch, and it bounced off the back padding and actually bounced more than halfway back to home plate. Perhaps a quicker play. They could have gotten them at the plate, but I really like the head-first slide at home plate. A lot of coaches don't like those head-first slides. They feel like it's dangerous. Your
broken finger.
Yeah, your thumb hits the base or something. If you do it carefully, or aggressive but carefully, it's a real safe play.
Depending where you are on the bases, you never want to do head first into first base.
Well, preferably not, right? But the good thing about head-first sliding also is you can slide one way and reach another and avoid some tags, like I think happened earlier today at second base. But yeah, you don't want those. You don't want to slide to first base at all. But occasionally there'll be a ground ball right on the line to the first baseman, and if they both run over to the base is only so big, and you don't want two occupiers of the base at the same time. So sometimes you slide into first base to avoid that contact.
Not a bad idea to go hands first into home plate. On the bases, it's a little bit not what you want to do, because if you slide into the spikes with your hands, you could break a finger that way. 2-2 the count. Alonzo Martinez at the plate in the dirt, and D. Giuseppe uses the mitt instead of the chest protector. Bob, you'd like to see him use the chest protector more on that play.
Well, that hit the chest protector, but he did kind of stick the mitt out there, and it took a one bounce.
You'd rather just push it with the chest protector to block it. When you use your mitt, harder chance to block that ball. 3-2 the count. High fastball. He swung at ball 4.
And we get a souvenir for the fans. I think what they do with those balls, they get them and throw them back in play.
Nobody else on base besides Moran, so no need to hit the cutoff man. You can go straight through with the throw, especially if it's a short fly ball to the outfield.
I'm glad Martinez is going swinging.
Yeah, a little late on the swing, but he gets the barrel on the ball. Base hit for Martinez. It's now 3-0.
And these Renegades can hit. Even though you said he swung at ball 4, and I'm not sure if it was ball 4 or not, because remember the strike zone is very, very wide here, but he put that one back up the middle, so he got the foul ball, therefore he got another pitch and then got his hit. You always wonder in these development leagues, do you really want to take the walk and get on base? I know I always used to, but I think the reality is you get to be a better hitter if you actually hit the ball.
Right. You just don't want to get into bad habits where you're always swinging at ball 4. A little bit close. You'd like to see D. Giuseppe move those knees, but catching his change, partner, especially at the major league level, where catchers will go to one knee to frame the pitch, especially with nobody on base. And he puts the barrel on that one. He gets a good swing on it, and it's over the right fielder's head. Another chance for an inside the park homer. Rounding second is Hannon. He'll get an RBI on the hit. No cutoff. Another triple. It's 4-0 Renegades.
Again, scalded right over the right fielder's head. And it's the rule of thumb. If you can get to second before the outfielder picks it up, you can get home on it. But in this case, the outfielder got to the ball before he got to second base. The bases were a little bit clogged, and so he had to settle for a triple on that really nice hit over the right fielder's head.
Well, the Ducks are in trouble here, partner. They're down 4-0. Bullpen getting up for Wheatland in a hurry.
It's funny when you say ducks. We're just waiting for for when they get up, but we can talk about ducks on the base paths.
How long you been holding that pun in?
Only until you said the word ducks a minute ago.
Well, they're called the Wheatland Ducks. Do they eat their Wheaties before every game?
Oh, there's another
In the
wild
dirt.
pitch.
That's a wild pitch if you're scoring at home. Run scores. If it had not hit the dirt, it most likely would have been a pass ball, but because it hits the dirt, wild pitch, 5-0, and just too wild for Ethan right now, Bob. He now has 2 wild pitches and 2 hit by batters.
Exactly right. And if you look at the scoreboard, 5 runs on just 4 hits, 2 free passes, like you said, a couple of wild pitches.
Right.
Bases are empty, only 1 out, and they're really down in the batting order. He's going to bat around this inning, it looks like.
Late swing on it, foul to the third base side as it's
Gutierrez is
that time of Walsh.
Yeah, Gutierrez is the 7th hitter in the lineup. There's 11 batters to bat around. I like how this is done in in this Pony League game, right, where everybody gets to bat even if they're not in the field. In the old days, you'd have to wait until the 4th inning to get in the game.
I mean, you were a kid before the DH became uniform in the American League. So the days of a DH in the lineup, they weren't around when you were a kid.
That's right. But in this case, you didn't need him. Like, Braden Moran, the pitcher, is a cleanup hitter.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
pitchers are often sometimes the best athletes, and they are good hitters. The reason pitchers always bat 9th in the pros, other than Ohtani.
You're just not taught to hit anymore after college.
Oh,
That was ball 3, but they're going to call strike 3 and a break for the Ducks.
Yeah, that's that wide strike zone and high strike zone. The right call is don't swing at that, but unfortunately you got
Right.
rung up.
Yeah, I would never want my kids to swing at that. Even in a fun game like this where you want to swing at everything, you're just going to get into bad habits down the road if you swing at something over your ribs.
Yeah, when my son used to pitch, it was tough. You tell him, well, if you throw it high over the player's head, right, but it's over the white part of the plate, you're going to get that call. And it's kind of sad when you keep throwing high strikes and the only way to hit it is tomahawking it.
In the dirt, another ball. Barnes on deck, Ruiz in the hole. If you're just joining us, 2 triples by the Renegades, a couple of hit by pitches. That's where we stand right now. But we still got a long way to go in 13U travel baseball. In the dirt. Yeah, it's just not Kennedy's day right now, Parter. That was 6 feet in front of the plate on that throw.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of balls in the dirt or in the turf. This looks like this would be a good soccer stadium, too, because it's not sand on the infield. It's just brown turf.
3-0 the count. And avoiding the hit by pitch, it's ball 4.
Now we'll see if he goes on the first pitch. I think I would send him, unless he's not a very swift runner, but I think I would send him first pitch, given a chance. And we're up to the 9th batter in the top half of the first inning.
They bat 11, do the Renegades. Another ball.
He did not go on the first pitch. A little surprised.
Well, you're up 5-0. You want to keep the rally going. Di Giuseppe does have a good arm behind the plate, which is why he's behind the plate today. Swung on and missed by Quintanilla. Sorry, Barnes.
Yeah, the throw to first. It's more of a send the message to the runner on first. He's getting an excellent secondary lead, but not stealing. So the catcher with the excellent arm threw it to first to hold him back. I like that name, Giuseppe. Reminds
You
me
got to
of
wear
a movie.
that, kid.
Pardon?
You got to wear that, kid.
Well, if that's your name, he's a movie star.
We got ice. Other 2 guys took one for the team. Swung on a miss, strike 2.
He had a good cut. I always like to say he's air conditioning the field with that swing, although it's overcast, therefore not really that warm. It's a perfect day for baseball now with no rain.
Late swing.
It's
and
gonna
he
hit our
fouls it
roof.
away, first base side.
And into the parking lot. So it hit on top of the roof where we're at and then behind us.
Yeah, it's a small parking lot at Ozinga Field. They even have a sign before you get in, park at your own risk. It's like a college stadium, and this is where Roosevelt University plays its home games.
It's a great field.
Runner goes just over the head of the second baseman that time in Bullock, and runners now at first and second.
And they are indeed going to bat around all 11 players in the top half of the first.
Now batting, number 3, Ruiz.
Well, they're going to let Kennedy finish it, but most likely his day is done after the inning's over.
Yeah, my bad. Ivan Ruiz is the 10th batter. Maldonado has to get up to be the 11th.
Yeah, Maldonado's the 11-hole hitter.
Right. Oh,
You
another
got
wild.
to catch that, D. Giuseppe. That's a pass ball if you're scoring at home.
Kyle, of course, is very tough on these catchers.
I mean, that one's got to be caught. You don't agree with me on that?
I still give him a wild pitch. Too
Absolutely
far outside.
not.
Too far outside.
It was 2 inches outside the corner. That's definitely.
And of course, we have the
fastball.
perfect angle for that, right next to the camera. Well, that's why you get to play it back on YouTube. You can decide for yourself if you're going to give it a wild pitch or a pass ball. In any event, second and third and 2 out.
Swung on a miss for a strike.
So the Ducks are trying to get out of this inning despite 2 ducks on the pond.
Jeez. That's a frozen rope to the outfield. Best hit of the day. This will at least be a triple. Ruiz rounding second. He's going to 3 all the way. Will they send him home? It's a bad cutoff, and they're going to hold him. I think it's the right decision, partner, as the ball was right at shortstop just as Ruiz got to third base.
I might have been tempted to send him anyway, hoping for a wild throw at the plate. But it was well handled in the outfield. I mean, all the way to the fence, right? Hit the outfield cutoff. Second baseman was out there, and then the shortstop had the cut between that cut and third base. So the relays back into the infield did a good job to hold him at third. But it would have been tempting to send him so that my leadoff batter could have led off inning number 2, or he scores the run. They're finally taking the pitcher out.
Yeah, he got to 2 outs, but too many runs scored. D. Giuseppe decides to go to the bullpen, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back. No. What are you doing? Mute it. Mute it.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Jack Witt now pitching for the Ducks, so you can close the book on Kennedy. He is still responsible for the runner at third. As Witt now pitching. If the runner scores in Ruiz, that would be 8 earned runs for the Renegades. No errors committed by the Ducks. A triples barrage today, Bob. 3 triples in this inning thus far.
Yeah, and only the fence maybe prevented it from being 3 home runs. If there was no fence, I think these players would still be running to this day.
Right, yeah, because some of these Park District fields do not have a fence.
Yeah, my very first hit when I played Little League was a home run. It was over the center fielder's fence head, but there was no fence. On the other hand, that was a kid who did take a bad route. I remember it should have been a lazy fly out to center, but somebody who was in center field thought it was like a pop-up at short or something.
Right. See what Jack Witt can do?
And of course, Kyle is an ex-umpire, and he was a catcher
a long time ago.
Yeah,
back in the
right.
day.
So I think you had a very demanding coach when you were a catcher.
Right. He knew exactly what would be called balls and strikes because I would umpire games when I wasn't playing. And every umpire is different. When I umpired before the days where framing changed. Anyways, I don't like when the catcher gets down to one knee to frame it, especially when it's a low pitch. Because every time I think he gets down to one knee, it's too low for him to frame it normally.
Well, and Mr. Catcher, with all the technique, it's going to change even further,
Right.
and I mean a lot more than people ever know. When the robot umpires come into play, we don't need Angel Hernandez anymore. The catchers aren't going to need to frame those pitches anymore. It's all going to be about catching the ball and get ready to throw runners out.
In the dirt for a ball.
I'm also wondering if in the future, at first base usually, maybe that's the big guy that doesn't run so far, so fast. That might be, we're going to go to that era in catchers, because they don't have to frame the pitch. You don't have to be as athletic in the future when the umpire is robotic instead of a person back there that you can kind of fool with a good framing job. But we'll see.
Swung on and missed for a strike.
Yeah, that's tough. It's over his head. He almost has to swing at it because he expects a strike call even though it's out of the strike zone.
2-2 the count. That's a high fastball fouled away into the seats. Are you surprised with the defensive alignment, Bob? You got the left fielder playing very close to the second base bag. If you hit it down the line, you could maybe hit an inside the park home run.
Oh, well, you'd have to hit it all the way to the fence to get that.
It's happened already today. A couple of balls that went to the fence.
3 times it's gone to the fence, yeah.
3-2, looking for a base hitter, ball 4.
I would have my left fielder closer to the line, though, I believe. Right field seems to be in the right spot. The third and short are both shallow.
Swung on a miss, strike 3. So Witt comes in, and he gets Maldonado out on strikes, but the damage is definitely done. 7-run score on 3 triples. We go to the bottom of the first. It's 7-0 in favor of the Renegades here on SBS. No. Mute us, not the media source. Mute us, not the media source.
Therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can help their patient to clean and dress wounds, as well as regain mobility that might have been impaired from scar tissue buildup or muscle atrophy. Location, severity, and patient history will all affect the healing process and should be considered by the hand therapist.
Are you fed up with not having a good lead partner? eDirects.com can help with that. Quality leads at affordable pricing. It's real-time leads, it's set pricing, and it saves you money. eDirects, do business at eDirects.com. Get started today.
Back to the action at Ozinga Field, home of the Thunderbolts, and we got plenty of thunder today, Bob.
Well, you know what happened in that inning, besides the 7 runs, is Witt came in and shut the door. And now you can't help but wonder, Witt looked like a pretty darn good pitcher, okay? So Kennedy struggled, Witt was terrific. So you wonder if leaving Kennedy in too long has got the game out of reach. 7-0 in the first is a lot of runs. Now, we get it. It's easier to score runs at this level, right? But if Witt had come in earlier or started the game, maybe he shuts them down the whole rest of the game. I'd like to see more from this Witt guy. Looks like a real good pitcher.
Well, you brought punts to the table, partner. Jack would be a fan of that because he has plenty of wit.
I guess I'm going to be guilty of having started it today.
Outside for a ball. And you know, when you're on the base pass today, if you're Wheatland, if the ball's going your way, you should probably duck.
I thought you wanted them to ask you back for more broadcasts.
Another ball to Capinas, the left fielder.
All right, now the trick is for Moran here to throw strikes himself. Where he's been gifted a 7-0 lead. He's going to have to throw strikes too. Now that's that high strike. So the first ball outside, second one in the dirt, third one high. He hasn't really hit the strike zone yet, but it is a 2-1 count.
2-1 count. Moran, the pitcher, with a beautiful pitch. Ooh, partner, that didn't miss by much.
Well, the question is, did it miss? You have to replay that. It looked good to me.
Remember, it's not a major league strike zone. It's a baseball distance all the way around the plate. Ball 4.
He got his
break
base after all.
for the Ducks, because it looked like it was going to be a 2-2 count. Then it becomes a 4-1 walk.
Well, Moran's got up against it. It's not exactly the biggest strike zone known to mankind, at least not on the first batter. So he's going to have to throw strikes, let him hit it, and hope the defense is good. He's going to be held on at first base. Down by 7, you might not expect him to run, yet at the same time, overthrow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. You're up 7 runs. Why worry about the runner at first? Thinking about third, late break to third. Here's the play. He dives, and he's in there with a slide into third base. Oh, boy, partner. That's not what you want when you're on second base. Once you hesitate, go back to the bag.
Well, he made it, so he did the right thing.
He made it, but he luckily made it.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
Well, he did the right thing, but once you hesitate, you got to go back to the bag.
Yeah, he did his job, though. He got the lead, goaded a bad throw to first, and got all the way to third on it.
So up by 7, infield's going to play back.
I don't think I would have thrown to first in the first place. As you said, they're up by 7. And the question was going to be, is the home team even going to try to steal second down by 7?
I mean, they might, but you're still up by 7, so even if you don't get them, gets out of the way that time by Latimer. And, yeah, you're down 7, partner. Kapanis has good speed, but why risk it when you're down by 7 runs?
Yeah, I like the athleticism there of Maldonado behind home plate. The ball got away from him, but didn't skid all the way to the fence. Sprinted after it quickly, slid on the turf to get the ball, and had Kapanis tried to score, probably would have been out.
Latimer at the plate. He will attend Wabansie Valley High School when he's 15. That's my alma mater.
It's funny when you said that, Wabansie Valley, as you're talking, I'm thinking Wabansie Valley College. Wow. These kids don't look like they're 13.
Community College. Remember, they're spelled differently. The high school is IE at the end, and the community college is EE.
Yeah, I'd like to know a little more about that. How did that happen?
Well, if you're wondering, there's 3 schools in the area. The original school was Wabansie Valley, named after Chief Wabansie, and then he had 2 offspring, Nequa and Matia. That's why they're called Nequa and Matia Valley. And, of course, Aurora's in a valley, so that's why it's called Wabansie Valley.
This is why I would never win in Trivial Pursuit. You'd have all 6 wedges in your little pie before I have any.
I mean, we were taught it from the first day we attended at old Wabansie Gold Campus.
I went to Maple School, so I didn't have as much excitement.
You were a Glenbrook Northian?
I was. Which always gets confused out here with Glen Bard North.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 3-2 count.
Another
Good
walk.
job by Latimer getting on base. Runners at first and third, partner. You're down by 7. Do you want to do the first and third play if you're Wheatland? And if you're the Renegades, you probably shoot to second base, because if the run scores, you're still up by 6.
Well, I'm thinking it's a long game, down 7, nobody out. You steal second here.
See what the Renegades want to do if you steal second. Wild pitch, and Kapanis will this time go to home. Latimer will try third. Bad throw. If it was a good throw, he would have been out. But Latimer gets all the way to third on the wild pitch. And the air off the pickoffs cost the Renegades a run.
I like this. Ducks undaunted, down by 7, are being aggressive on the base paths. Went from first to third on that wild pitch.
So we're now in the heart of the order. Van Osdol at the plate. Good rip by Van Osdol, the shortstop. It's now a 1-1 count. Cornelison is on deck.
And that name I'd like to know a little bit more about.
Van Osdol or Cornelison?
Cornelison.
Cornelison wants to be an MLB player when he grows up.
Does it say anything about what his dad does for a living? Maybe
boy, that's a ball, Blue.
Singing of national anthems, perhaps? Any relation?
His walk-up song is Aston Martin Truck by Roddy Ricch. And he likes the YouTuber Stephen Nex. Line drive, fouled away, third base side.
Yeah, twice he's been ahead of the ball.
Cornelison, he plays first base, right field, and he pitches. He wants to be an architecture or be a Major League Baseball player.
Well, I always wanted to be a Major League Baseball player when I was a kid.
And, of course, when you're on the mound, you're the architect of your own design with your pitches. Do I get a point for that one?
We'll have to see what the score is by the end of the game. I think you're ahead like about 4-1 already at this point.
I got to an early lead like the Renegades did.
That's right.
1-2 count. Fouled away by Osdol.
Kind of a change, maybe a curve, and again, early on the swing.
We will play until 11:15 today, which is why we started a couple minutes early. There is a ball game after this. The Thunderbolts play at 1:10. Well, you got to wear that kid, and he does.
Oh, did he ever? Okay, this slow curve is going to hit me.
Bob, how tough is it to pitch in conditions like this? It's no longer raining, but the ball was wet. Remember, they don't use a lot of baseballs at the 13U level.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer other than you. I mean, the ball is not necessarily that wet. It's perfect conditions on the field, maybe a little bit slick, but you're still on turf. I don't think it's difficult at all. So, I mean, we're just seeing what these players are, I think. It's not like the weather is causing them to make errors or bad pitches, I don't believe. There he goes.
Almost gets hit on the pitch. Another ball.
I mean, especially considering we've had a little bit of rain that just wet the field some and cloudy and no sun. This is beautiful baseball weather.
1-0 count. In there for a strike. Ruxton on deck. And Klupschas in the hole. Coming set in the pitch by Moran. Getting out of the way that time by Cornelison. Osduel, we're going to say defensive indifference because the Renegades are up by 6. In the dirt for a ball.
So they're going to take the stolen base away. He earned that.
You can't just give away stolen bases, though. You can't just keep upping their stat sheet. Van Osduel on second.
Nobody out in the first inning, down 6 runs, and he steals second base. But Kyle's pretty tough on the player here. Well, no stolen base for you, sir.
Right. If you're the catcher, why would you want to throw it to second with nobody out?
Well, in that case, nobody actually even covered the base, hence your comment for indifference.
Yeah. Van Osduel is a shortstop, a catcher, and a pitcher. He's attending Lincoln Junior High School. Good frame, but not good enough.
Yeah, it was a good frame.
That's the problem, Bob. When you get down to one knee, it makes it tough on the umpire. Why are you getting down to one knee? Is it too far outside the strike zone to frame? Is the ball too low for you to frame? That's why I don't like teaching catchers at the younger level to get down to one knee.
Well, coaches might not be teaching that. The bases are loaded, though, nobody out and down by 6.
Infield fly in effect. Fouled away. Up is number 54, Shea Ruxton.
The umpire and Kyle comes out again. The infield fly rule is in effect. Batters, pitchers, nobody in the field thinks about it until they actually see the ball in the air.
Nobody
with runners
thinks
at first
about
and
it,
second.
but the umpires are always thinking about it.
Hence, yeah, they sure know
Right.
when it's in
And that's
effect.
why you sometimes see the left fielder play shallow like he is, because if the ball gets into the outfield, and that's in there for a strike, if the ball gets into the outfield but the left fielder gets a good break on it, and it's hit to shallow left field, that's infield fly still.
That's a tough call to make, though. It's a lot of judgment involved in that.
I mean, we saw it. We did.
Oh,
That's
man.
hit by a pitch. And a very hurtful RBI. That one's going to sting in the morning, but he does get credit for the ribby.
Yeah, hitting him on the back of the elbow is not a great spot. It almost looked like he lifted his elbow to hit the ball. Another good one to see on a replay, but he sure paid the price. It hurts. He's holding his elbow over there at first base. But this is what we were talking about. Moran was gifted a 7-run lead, but he hasn't gotten anybody out. Bases are loaded and 2 are in already.
See if they get the bullpen up. Remember, it is a time limit game today. We'll play till 11:15. It's already 9:31. We'll try to play at least 5 today. I mean, when the Renegades were up 7-0, you had a feeling it might be a blowout, but the Renegades have struggled even more defensively than the Ducks have. All right, partner, you're the Renegades. You're the coaching staff led by Sarabia. If the ball's hit to the outfield, you still have nobody out, but if you don't cut it off, runners advance to third and second on a base hit. So are you cutting everything off, or are you trying to get him at the plate to try to get him out?
Well, to me, baseball, cutting off is a way of life.
Right.
You always throw to the base high. I don't mean high. I mean hard.
Right to the glove.
Well, to the high glove of the cutoff man so that it can be cut off and thrown to the base, or it will go through to the base possibly on one hop. And, of course, on turf, it hops straight and true. In fact, might even speed up on a hop. But, yeah, you always throw it to the base, but make sure there's a cutoff person between you and the base, and you throw it so it would hit their glove above the head. So every play should be cut off. And absolutely do not throw home unless you know you're going to get that guy out, because what you don't want is that runner to go from first to second and take off the force.
That hit off the glove. It was way outside. That's a pass ball. He's got to have that one. I'm sorry, but, you know, these are very good catchers, too. So the catchers will usually tell me after the game, no, Kyle, that wasn't a wild pitch. That was a pass ball. It was pretty outside, though. You could make the argument wild pitch, but it was slow enough. He probably should have caught it, or at least knocked it down to keep it in front of him. That one was definitely a wild pitch, but good job blocking it that time. The catcher in Maldonado. 2-1 count, still nobody out. Base hit would make it very interesting.
Yeah, it was a nice scoop on a ball in the dirt, fastball in the dirt.
Fouled away.
These teams can hit. The pitchers, I think if it were me, I'd like to see more fastballs. Just rear back, throw it hard. Yes, players can hit fastballs, and players look for fastballs, and they don't want to hit the slow curve stuff. But it looks to me like the faster you pitch it, the more likely you're going to have success here.
They've scored 3 runs on no hits.
So Miranda's pitching a no-hitter still?
Yeah. Did you watch that Mets-Phillies game where the Phillies scored 4 runs on 2 hits?
I didn't see that.
The Mets were up 6-3, and then they gave up 4 runs in the 8th.
Right.
Well, you got to wear that, kid. That's ball 4 anyways. Well, it's tough to pitch in these conditions. Like I said, there's not a lot of game balls today.
Well, they have to think about a different pitcher here. What happened with the Ducks is they put in Witt, and he shut them down. Moran right now is not shutting down the Ducks, so the Renegades have to think about maybe a different pitcher who can shut them down. But we're looking at the bases loaded, nobody out, 3 runs in. The tying run is at the plate.
So, pitching change for the Renegades, and we'll be back. Mute. Good.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be #1. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, you know, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be #1.
Bob, Mother Nature just will not cooperate with us right now.
Yeah, it's starting to drizzle again.
Little ground ball to short. This should at least get 1 out. Not a great throw, but they do get the force. Run scores, no RBI. And it's now 7-4, and still, Bob, nobody has gotten a hit this inning.
Yeah, on that play at shortstop, he was getting to the ball. He backed up on it to make sure he could get the ball, but then by backing up on it, that took away any chance for a double play. But he made sure he caught it and got the force. So in this case, 1 out, a run scored. So the 7-3 lead's now a 7-4 lead. First and third, 1 out.
So now up for the Wheatland Ducks, it'll be #6, Owen D. Giuseppe. That's spelled D-E and then capital G, U-I-S-E-P-P-E. Good stolen base that time by Zach Walsh. As that's fouled away.
What that also allows is Horvath to pitch from the windup as opposed to the stretch.
0-1 count for Owen D. Giuseppe.
Especially at this age, some pitchers are a lot more comfortable in the windup or sometimes more comfortable in the stretch. All pitchers ultimately have to master both.
1-1 count now. And hit by a pitch that'll load the bases. So that will bring up Ethan Kennedy, number 7.
I love the sportsmanship there. Okay, so we got hit square in the back. The ball lands right near home plate. And the guy that got hit just calmly picks the ball up and flips it back to the pitcher. No problem.
Courtesy runner for the catcher in D. Giuseppe to speed up the game. It was great all week, and the one time we needed a baseball game broadcast is when it rained. Hard luck, right?
I will say that the lawn needed the rain, but boy, the weeds, they're going to be the death of me this week. We got deluged up in Barrington where my weeds live.
What do they say in baseball? There's a million ways to score a run, and the Wheatland Ducks are showing off 999,000th way to score.
And the rain's really coming down now. This is not just a normal old drizzle.
Good call by the umpire to say last batted out. The problem with that is sometimes the last batted out is your faster runner.
Yeah, I was thinking, how did the umpire even know? Good job. Good catch. If I were umpiring, I'd probably let them put any runner they wanted. I wouldn't even notice who the last out was.
Zach Walsh is the only out this inning. Well, Zach Walsh had the hit that committed the out, but Brody Klupschus was actually out on the bases. So he's the one that has to run. 0-2 the count. Olin Bullock, the second baseman, is due up next. Wind up in the pitch. Fouled away.
Now, there are dugouts here, so if you're not on the field, you're protected from the rain. So there's a part of me that if I were playing, right, I'm in the dugout and I'm thinking, well, you know what, maybe if you stay out in the field or I stay under the dugout and stay dry, that won't be so bad and the rain will stop.
Fouled away, high fastball. Try to get him to chase one.
And that would have hit a car. Now that ball is going to sit in the wet grass for a while before somebody goes and gets it.
High fastball for a ball. 1-2 count.
So that little kid's taking a long run to chase that ball. They don't know where it went. No, you're going past it that way.
Swung at ball 2. And our scoreboard is right. Theirs is wrong. They gave the Ducks a hit, but they have not gotten a hit yet this inning.
Yeah, I wonder which hit they gave them. The hit
they gave them the fielder's choice for some reason.
That's not a hit, right? So the Renegades are still combining for a no-hitter.
Ground ball. It's going to be a tough play at first. Home plate umpire says he was safe. That's one partner you might have to barehand, but it was hit so slowly. Unless you're playing in, it's just a tough play for the third baseman.
It was a very, very tough play. He did a good job charging it just enough, picked it up, threw it to first. The one hopper to first might have been the downfall there, but first baseman made a great pick on the play.
So that officially is the first hit of the game for Wheatland. Great block that time by Maldonado.
Yeah, he's a very athletic catcher with a catcher last name. If you're going to be a Maldonado and catch, may as well be good at it.
I umpired a game once as this is an
Here's
infield fly to first
roll.
base. Martinez didn't get the best break on it, partner, but all that matters is he got the catch. F3, if you're scoring at home, 2 outs. That'll bring up Jack Witt, coming in relief today for Ethan Kennedy.
Yeah, we'll see more of him next inning, right? With just a 2, he's only down 2 runs. He could help his cause right here with a base hit and score a couple.
Ground ball, it's slowly hit. Great diving play, but he can't get him at first. O'Donovan with a nice play, but it's an infield hit regardless for the Ducks, and they bat around with 12 hitters.
So he's going to get credit for an RBI on that. Well, you have to decide if that's an error or a hit, but it definitely keeps the bases loaded with 2 out. I think I'd be inclined to say that's an error despite the dive.
So they fix it on the scoreboard. That
they gave him a hit on the scoreboard.
Yeah. The infield hit and now that, so they're up to date with us. 6 runs on 2 hits, incredible. 7-6.
That was a very outside pitch and a nice catch by Maldonado. So we're going to get a close one after all. 7-6. Didn't look like that in the top half of the
It
inning.
looked like it'd be a 16-2 Renegades win from what we saw, but that's why you also got to play defense.
Well, or somebody else would say throw strikes. Just throw strikes. Make the team hit their way on base. Don't hit them.
Yeah.
Don't walk them.
They do have some extra game balls today because we're playing at a minor league field instead of a little league field, as that's high for a ball. But this level, you just don't have what major league and minor league teams have, where you have like 50 to 100 game balls, and that's what makes a difference on conditions like this.
Yeah, every baseball is going to be wet by the end of today's game.
Good frame. Oh, my goodness, Blue. Look, umpires don't decide who wins and loses, but that didn't help.
So 2 balls, 1 strike.
I don't know where that was. 2-1. And ball.
Oh, they had the count
I was
wrong.
right. I thought it was 3-1. Ball 4.
I wonder if the scoreboard thought it was a strike, too, and that's why they put 2-1 up there. It was indeed 3-0.
So Cap and us is now up.
And a tie score. So now the question is, who's really ahead? Tie score, bases loaded, bottom of the first, 2 out, and a batter is up. So any kind of a hit brings in a run or 2.
This is the man with 5 nicknames, AKAI, Small Wheels Bob. He wants to be a pro athlete. I like him already. His favorite MLB team is the White Sox. He's met Jose Abreu, Liam Hendricks, and Lucas Giolito and has their autographs. He also did a solo performance of the national anthem at a swim meet when he was younger. His walk-up song is "A Lot of Me" by Lil Tecca. And he just plays left field.
You said he sung the national anthem? I love it.
Yeah. Now, was he good, though? That's the question. Because Rosie O'Donnell sang the national anthem, but she wasn't exactly good at it.
Yeah, but everybody else who sings is pretty good. I think you got to be good before you even attempt it, other than in her case. Was it Rosie O'Donnell or Roseanne Barr?
Oh, was Roseanne? Yeah, it was Roseanne Barr. I'm sorry. I get them confused sometimes.
You have to give back one of those pie slices.
Yeah, I blew that one. That was definitely a Freudian slip.
Freudian?
Yeah, I was thinking Roseanne, but I said Rosie O'Donnell. 2-2 count, 2 out. If it gets to 3-2, runners will go on the pitch.
Yeah, it's not in the view, but in this case, the left fielder is not exactly hugging the line, but definitely closer to the line than the Ducks left fielder.
In the windup position is the relief pitcher. Line drive, will it stay fair? It will.
This is going to score a few.
2-run score. It's an error in left field. And they're going to hold the runner at third. A 2 RBI knock by Capinas, as Flanagan wanted to be sent home, but they keep him at third. Unbelievable. 9 runs, Bob, on 3 hits.
Yeah, there's a 2-run double down the left field line. We were just talking about that, where the left fielder was close enough to the line where he was able to get to the ball, knock it down, and throw it in without any damage, or without any more damage. But now here we go, second and third, 2 out still. 2 more base runners to bring home. So far from what we see, every run is going to matter today.
Might be one of those games. Did you watch it live when the Cubs played the Phillies? I think the final score was 23-22.
Oh, that game way back when? Wasn't that the one where Sandberg had those 2 home runs late?
No, that was the Cardinals game. That was the Sandberg day in June. They played the Cardinals, obviously, that day. But the Phillies-Cubs game, that was the final score of 23-22.
Yeah, this sounds like a game I might remember watching, but that was a lot of years ago.
There was a game in London where the Yankees played the Red Sox. There was a couple years ago. I think the final score was like 19-16. 0-2 the count. Runners at second and third. Well, you got to wear that, kid. And he did get hit.
Now they're going to say it hit him, but stop. Yeah, I think the umpire decided that he didn't get out of the way of the ball.
Yeah, you got to lean back on the pitch. You can't just let it hit you.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen the ball hit an elbow now.
Now, that's a wild pitch, but the catcher's got to do a better job of getting his chest protector in front of it.
I think that's the key right there. It is a wild pitch. The catcher has to try harder, do better, whatever, to stop the ball. But
Right,
just because the catcher touches it doesn't make it a pass ball.
Even on a turf field, it's so hard to get that perfect hop to go right into your glove. That's why you turn the glove over, you protect your cup, right, where the chest protector ends, and you let the ball hit your chest protector. When you try to use the glove, you just don't get that natural hop that a shortstop and second base has. It goes past your glove to the backstop. 10 runs on 3 hits. This is incredible. Reminds me of that Yankees-White Sox game where the White Sox beat the Yankees 4-1, and the Yankees pitcher threw a no-hitter. Remember that game, Bob?
I was watching the umpire get hit in that one. That's tough when you're the umpire. So it was a foul tip and hit him, not flush, but it on the arm, below the elbow, and that had to hurt.
That's why they teach some home umpires to put your hands behind your back, and that does it. But 10 runs score for the Ducks. We go to the top of the second. It's 10-7 in favor of Wheatland here on SBS.
Are you fed up with not having a good lead partner? eDirects.com can help with that. Quality leads at affordable pricing. It's real-time leads, it's set pricing, and it saves you money. eDirects, do business at eDirects.com. Get started today.
Where's that pen?
Back to the action as it's 10-7 in favor of the Ducks. 7 runs on 6 hits for the Renegades. 10 runs on 3 hits for the Ducks. Incredibly, partner, the Ducks could still win this game, even they've been out-hit today.
Yeah, well, they did great to get 10 runs. We commented during the break. There was a 50-minute first inning. It started a couple minutes early, finished at 9:48. And the thing on the scoreboard in the first inning, it makes it look like it's a 7-0 lead, Renegades over the Ducks. But the first inning, each inning, they only have 1 digit. They can't do 2 digits. So you don't see 10 runs too often in any inning.
So I was reading a story back in the 1920s when the Cubs made the World Series. They played the Philadelphia Athletics. And at Wrigley, they didn't have modern-day digital technology that swung on for a strike to O'Donovan. So the guy who would update the score at Wrigley, he had to put yellow paint for the Athletics for the 1 sign to make it 10 runs in the inning.
Yeah. Somebody has to run up there with a handheld 1.
That was the game where Hack Wilson dropped 2 fly balls in center field in a World Series game, mind you. Good for his bat, but Hack Wilson not known for his glove.
Hence the name. He's an outfield hack.
That was well played. 2-2.
It's disconcerting, though, seeing a 7-0 in the first inning, but seeing a 10-7 lead when you look at the scoreboard.
We got to get some yellow paint out there to help out the score guy.
That, or you need to put something other than a 0. Maybe just color the whole, inning, and it just makes it look funny.
Swung on a miss.
That's a tough swinging strike. That pitch was over his head probably, but still he tried to tomahawk in play.
See, that's the problem, partner. When you keep raising the strike zone, it gets batters into bad habits, and they swing at pitches they normally wouldn't swing at.
That's absolutely right. But Witt getting the job done. He's already in the stretch. The batter's box isn't even in the batter isn't even in the batter's box yet. Witt pitching from the stretch, And there's again, they lean into the
No,
play
that
with
time
their
they
elbow.
give it to him.
It's a hit by pitch, but I don't like how they do that. They're going to call that a strike. So the umpire is stopping that technique right now. Yeah, this is the third time we've seen a hit by pitch, and the player is leaning in with the elbow to get hit.
But the problem is he leaning in towards the strike zone? If he's not leaning in towards the strike zone, it's just a ball. It's not a hit by a pitch, it's a ball. If you're leaning in towards the plate, then it's a strike.
Well, I'm going to take your word on that one, but this is the third time that the player has leaned into the pitch.
Right,
with his
which is a
elbow.
ball, not a hit by a pitch.
In an effort to get a hit by pitch, right. And I like how the umpire is, the second time now has made that call, looked at both benches, and I didn't hear what he said, but I'm guessing he says something along the lines of stop doing that.
Right. It is gamesmanship. It's part of the game, but you're right. You have to make an attempt to lean back from the pitch. If you lean into the pitch, it's still a ball, and if you lean over the strike zone, it's a strike.
Yeah, we might see fewer batters hit after that call made by the umpire. I'd say good job. But, that's got to hurt. I don't think when I was playing, I'd ever want to lean into a pitch, especially with an elbow.
Oh, boy. That's not a strike.
Again, you got to replay it. The batter's walking away saying, no way was that a strike.
Horvath is right.
Yeah, well, he's upset about it. First off, he got hit, thought he should take his base. Then he feels like the umpire nailed him with a ball that was outside the strike zone for a strike to strike him out. Meanwhile, Witt doing the job, 2 outs, nobody on.
Back-to-back Ks. And the Renegades might be shell-shocked, Bob. They were up 7-0. Now they have to chase 3 runs. They had 3 triples in that inning, but they just couldn't find the strike zone with their starter and reliever.
Well, Witt's doing the job. The Renegades can hit. Clearly they're a good hitting team.
But the Renegades have to find a way to throw strikes. Swung on a miss for a strike. Could the pitcher in Witt strike out the side? And that'd be 4 strikeouts in a row because he struck out Maldonado to end the top of the first. High fastball.
Well, I hope he does. That'll mean he faced 4 batters and got 4 strikeouts. Talk about a pitcher doing the job.
Right. He's got a wicked hard fastball, so the Renegades need to duck out of the way of it. 3-2.
Come on, give me a dry ball. That one hit the dirt. Oh, too bad. There goes the strikeout streak. So I'm going to expect that the Renegades are going to run on the very first pitch. We'll see.
Moran's now up. He got hit by a pitch and then later scored.
Now, we don't know what the Ducks are asking here.
They want to get a clarification on the call when the ball hits the batter, when it's a strike, when it's a ball, and when you're allowed to go to first base on a hit by a pitch. And they're also asking about how long we're going to play with the rain. I think we're going to get at least 2 innings in, I think, and then after 10:30 we might just have to call because this rain is just not stopping today.
Yeah, you were saying the cutoff time was 11:15. I wonder what the cutoff time for last inning is.
You just can't play in this for another hour.
Talk about a stolen base on the pitcher. Pitcher didn't even look at first. Runner took off. Easy stolen base for Sarabia. Maybe it's Sarabia?
That's what makes, Sarabia.
Sarabia.
That's what makes pitching so difficult. It's so hard to pitch with nobody on base, and then when somebody gets on base, you have to have a slide step to help out your catcher. It's just such a difficult position.
Yeah, Witt didn't even look at first. He's always pitching from the stretch. There's another wild pitch.
Yeah, it's a wild pitch, partner, but that's one that Di Giuseppe needs to catch.
Yes, you are majorly tough on the catchers. I think Jabbar could have reached it.
Wasn't that high. Owen Di Giuseppe goes by O-Deej. He goes yard on his big brother in backyard wiffle ball. He can be found in most local ponds fishing on most summer days. Line drive into the outfield as Moran gets the job done. RBI single.
And that's why he's batting cleanup. A base knock into left field, drives the run in.
One time, Owen O'Deej once caught a 25-pound snook on a deep sea fish.
Did you say something about going yard in a wiffle ball game?
Yeah.
That's what it says?
Off the field, he goes yard on his big brother in backyard wiffle ball.
I love it.
His brother's got to do a better job of finding the corners. You can't just put it right in Owen's wheelhouse. He's going to dominate. The problem with the Ducks is they've left the ball in the Renegades' wheelhouse, and that's why they're aptly named. Good steal that time by Moran. Moran's had a good day. He has that RBI single. He scored today.
Well, the tie and run is at the plate.
Incredible, right? We've had the opportunity to see some inside the park homers that the third base coaches have not sent them, and you always wondered why they didn't. And as of now, it looks like the right decisions, Bob, as those runs have mattered.
Another hit by pitch.
This might break the record for most hit by pitches in a baseball game.
This has been a lot.
And there could be more. The umpire has called some of them back.
Well, goes back to your point on the wet baseballs. Maybe it is a little bit tougher to grip than I maybe have realized, and that's one of the reasons for the inside pitches hitting the batters.
And you can see the home plate umpire is giving a towel to Witt.
Which tells me there's no dry baseballs left now.
So 2 out, runners at first and second. It is now 69 degrees in Crestwood.
So Witt, though, figures if he can get this last batter out, only 1 run scored, and it's not too much damage. Right now we've seen half-inning scores of 7 runs and 10 runs, and this is only 1 run, so this might be considered a major success at this point. But he's got to get Hannon out.
Swung on and missed.
One of those air conditioning swings.
Just leaned in to get that ball. We've seen that a couple of times today, Bob, where batters are just leaning out to get a bat on the ball, and they've been able to get a couple singles that way, and that's kind of the difference between an aluminum and a wooden bat. If you do that with a wooden bat, it's usually just a lazy fly ball with a shortstop or second baseman. Leans in on that one.
Like this?
But just didn't get enough in terms of his weight back on it. And a fly out to short, but the damage is done. Another run scores for the Renegades. It's now 10-8 in the bottom of the second here at Ozinga Field.
Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
Oliver Van Osdol is now up at the plate. He got hit by a pitch and then scored in the inning. 0-1 count to Van Osdol. Started at shortstop today. Just one of those days, Bob. 10-8, and we're just in the bottom of the second.
Well, and Horvath finding the strike zone, 2 kind of slow curves on the outside corner.
Horvath started at shortstop today, now on the mound.
We saw the Renegades protecting the outside with those kind of half swing, check swing, just trying to tip the ball, thinking it's going to be called strikes if they don't. So I think if the ball gets another slow curve on the outside, we'll see that kind of swing here too.
Oh, you got to wear that, kid. We got ice.
Yeah, wear that like every other player so far today.
It's part of the game. Do you know who has the all-time hit by pitches in Major League history, Bob?
Oh, I have to think about that for a minute. Oh, man, I should know this. I'm going to say Pete Rose, but
No.
It's not him.
Any idea?
I do, but you know what's going to happen? You're going to say it, and I'm going to say
Well, everybody
oh, yeah.
says that. Oh, yeah, I knew the answer all
Yeah,
along.
well, it's going to be somebody I know. Don Baylor had
It
a lot.
was Don Baylor, but not anymore.
Oh, well, there's somebody that beat Don Baylor?
Yeah,
Oh, then no, I'm not going to know.
Craig Biggio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you just hope when you get hit by a pitch, you always think it's a breaking ball or a changeup, because those don't really hurt. It's just those fastballs on the elbow that are no bueno. In the dirt. Good throw. Did they get him? Umpire says he did. I don't think so, Bob, but ball beats him with one-man mechanics. He's usually out.
Yeah, that's why I like this camera angle we've got. Hopefully you can replay that and see. It looked like from here he might have slid under it and then got the tag, but again, the umpire called the play where the ball got to the base first, and he's going to say out. But if he was safe, the only way to overturn it would be a really good replay angle, and I don't think we have quite the angle even to prove that, even if you play it back in slow-mo. But you can do that on YouTube. Just back it up. You can change the speed to like 1/4 and make a real good determination to decide if he really was out.
So to do that, by the way, if you're watching in 360, click on the wheel icon, the little wrench, then click on quality. You can watch it in 720. That's outside for a ball.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a wrench. It's a little circle that looks like a gear. Yeah, right. So click on
I like
that
to call
thing.
it the wheel, but it's not really a wheel
It's not
either.
a wheel. I think it's a, well.
And then if you go to the bottom right, you can see speed. So you can change the speed to, instead of 100%, 0.5, 0.75, or 0.25.
Yeah, that little round thing, that socket, whatever you call it, the gear, looks like a gear.
3-1 count to Cornelison.
It's the things that always wear out in my little race cars.
Gets a piece of it, and it's a little pop fly to second base. 2 up, 2 down. The leadoff walk goes for naught as he was caught stealing on an excellent throw behind the plate by Maldonado.
Yeah, showing off his athleticism. And both teams are calming down now on defense and pitching.
Right. We will play until 11:15. It's now 10:05. Inside for a ball.
That's the old brushback pitch.
Bob Gibson would be proud.
Oh, that's a tough strike. Low and outside, called strike.
I mean, it's a strike, but the inconsistency by the umpire has been a little aggravating.
Would have been interesting. I'll let you go here.
Slow-moving ground ball. Bob, you'd like to see the shortstop charge that. If he had charged it, would have had a better shot at first base.
Yeah, that was hit kind of into the hole, but not that far into the hole. So it just beat it out on an infield hit. Good speedy outfielder. But you like to film from left center field. I'm noticing there's a nice little left center field gap upstairs where we could be perhaps maybe
Well, that's
filming.
more straight center.
And then you could see if it's a strike or not. Oh, here we go again. Hit by pitch on a check swing, takes first.
For the Ducks,
I'm shocked how many players are taking these hit by pitches on the arms.
well, the other thing, two-parter, at 13U, pitchers like to get into a rhythm. So when they're heading the count 1-2, they like to throw breaking balls. So if you're going to get hit by a pitch, you want to get hit by a breaking ball. That's a base hit to the center fielder. Air in center field, run scores. Getting to second on the air, and they're going to send him. They're going to send Ruxton. Ruxton scores, and just barely staying on the bases. Klupshaws. And there's the lightning and thunder.
I think that'll end this game. That's too close. I think what we're going to say here is that was the last batter. I thought we saw some lightning. I didn't think much about it. About 5 or 6 seconds later, the thunder came, and I would be surprised if they let us continue at this point in time.
Remember, no matter what, we got to be done by 11:15. So let's see what Dominic Di Giuseppe wants to do.
They're going to have to call this a rain out. 12-8 after the second inning. They're going to have to continue it later at this point.
Yeah, at another field if they want to make it up. Both of these teams are not in the same league. The Wheelhouse Renegades are in a different league than the Ducks. The Ducks play in the WSBL.
Yeah, I heard the PA announcer saying wait 20 minutes, so maybe it'll be that situation. So at 10:27, if the Lightning doesn't happen again, we'll be back on this field 20 minutes from now.
Right.
This reminds me of the old soccer games we used to go to every 20 minutes. So another 20 minutes, another 20 minutes. But in this case, we've got an 11:15 timeline as what time deadline as well. So 12-8 in the bottom of the second with 2 out, runner at third. So that was a single in the outfield and essentially a two-base error. The ball got through him. Again, the turf, if it were grass, the ball would have died in the outfield, and the center fielder would have had to run up even to pick it up. But here in this turf, when it gets wet, the ball just skids on it. And I also wonder how often these players play on the turf. Sometimes, I know for me when I was younger, I never got to play on turf, but when you did get the chance when I was in college, then you got the turf, and it's different look and feel than the grass. The second hop, the first hop's kind of normal, although fast. The second hop, it really speeds up.
So what we'll do is we're going to take a 20-minute break. We'll show you some of the instant replays that our partner, Kyle Anderson, has done. He's done an excellent job on Premiere Pro today. So we'll show you the instant replay plays. Kyle will get us some more as we're waiting. We'll run those. We'll run some commercial breaks. And at 10:25, 10:27, we'll let you know officially if we'll have another 30 minutes of baseball. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
For the past 3 years, we have been awarded Energy Star Partner of the Year for Energy Management, and this year we have won Energy Star Partner of the Year for Sustained Excellence, which is the highest level of EPA Environmental Protection Agency recognition, and it is truly an honor. We're very, very happy to receive this award and this recognition.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be #1. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be #1. Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be number one. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be number one.
Hand therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can help their patient to clean and dress wounds, as well as regain mobility that might have been impaired from scar tissue buildup or muscle atrophy. Location, severity, and patient history will all affect the healing process and should be considered by the hand therapist.
At Played Again Sports, you can recycle your quality used sports and fitness gear, get paid on the spot, and find the best deals on what you and your whole family need for any sports season. Be sustainable and extend the life of your gear at Played Again Sports.
Known for an innovative and client-centric approach, Aldridge is a sought-after team member for complex mission-critical substations. Widely recognized as one of the leading electrical infrastructure trade partners in the country, our unique approach energizes clients' projects through technology and innovation, proven execution, and lifecycle efficiencies to provide cost and schedule certainty. With more than 1,500 employees, 2,000 pieces of specialty equipment, and decades of knowledge of working on power systems across the country, our full scope expertise results in the unique ability to self-perform each scope of work. Aldridge can enter any substation project at any phase and perform with confidence. The Aldridge team produces quality results on even the most challenging projects. The services and benefits we can provide allow us to execute seamlessly. Inside or outside the substation fence, Aldridge is your partner.
My coach told me, you won't have success if you can't handle failure. That's big, not just for hitting, for anything in life.
You are a seasoned loan originator. You've been around the block and have the portfolio to prove it. You should work here. You expect to be compensated fairly. You've earned the freedom to do what you're good at and the support that makes it possible. You should work here. You're a builder of relationships, a cultivator of trust, a deliverer of dreams. You should work here. You are a team player, a culture enhancer, and on most days, a smile provider. You should work here.
We are Wintrust Mortgage,
one of Chicago's top workplaces
for the past 7 years in a row.
And in case we haven't made it clear,
we want you to work here.
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days. Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh?
Nay.
Hi.
Before we celebrated this special night, before we fell in love with our home all over again, we searched for a company to handle our entire remodel, from architecture and material selection to permits and complete construction with impeccable design. We found Airroom.
Visit the Airroom Design Build Center in Lincolnwood to explore your home's potential. Airroom, architects, builders, remodelers. Your project begins at airroom.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks.
But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally!
Known for an innovative and client-centric approach, Aldridge is a sought-after team member for complex mission-critical substations. Widely recognized as one of the leading electrical infrastructure trade partners in the country, our unique approach energizes clients' projects through technology and innovation, proven execution, and lifecycle efficiencies to provide cost and schedule certainty. With more than 1,500 employees, 2,000 pieces of specialty equipment, and decades of knowledge of working on power systems across the country, our full-scope expertise results in the unique ability to self-perform each scope of work. Aldridge can enter any substation project at any phase and perform with confidence. The Aldridge team produces quality results on even the most challenging projects. The services and benefits we can provide allow us to execute seamlessly. Inside or outside the substation fence, Aldridge is your partner.
Players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel for just a fraction.
Good morning, everybody. Well, as you probably guessed, that does it for baseball today. Bob, Mother Nature just didn't cooperate.
Oh, that's too bad. Although we need the rain. We didn't want the rain to rain out the baseball game. So we waited out the 20 minutes for the mandatory 20-minute lightning for safety. And of course, the whole time during that 20 minutes, people are running the base paths. The siblings are running the base paths. We're doing sliding practice in the outfield. And of course, right after they call the game, the rain is going to let up. That's how things work.
So it's not an official win for the Ducks. They needed to play at least 4 innings.
4.5?
Well, they're the home team, so 3.5.
So it's just a 4, not a 5-inning game. A 4-inning game is what you're saying?
Right. Yeah.
So 3.5.
It's 7 innings for travel ball, and then 9 in the pros.
Okay.
So you got to play 5 full in the pros, or 4.5 if you're the home team.
Okay.
So if they want to make this up, they'll probably have to play at a field close to the Wheatland Ducks, so Naperville or Aurora. Both of these teams are non-conference teams. It's more of a fun game, so I doubt that they'll try to make it up, unless if the Ducks win one more game, they get a higher seed for the WSBL playoffs. It still counts in the league standings, so if they want to make it up and finish the game, it would count towards team standings for their respective playoffs.
And how fun, right behind home plate, they've got a team photo with both teams coming out. This is obviously a special event for all of them.
Right.
It's too bad it did get rained out.
Well, we're lucky we got any kind of baseball, because at 7 a.m. it was not looking promising. Then it stopped. Then it slightly started again at 8:30. Then it stopped for an hour and a half. And then right at 10 o'clock, 10:05 is just when it just poured and wouldn't stop. It's an all-turf field, but it's not a playoff game. They're 13 years old. Do you really want pitchers throwing in pouring rain for the last half hour till baseball ends at 11:15?
Yeah, I'll go on record. I do.
But I know you do. If you had a kid on the team, I don't think you would want to see that.
Yeah, it is too bad it got rained out. But the good thing about it did go 2 full innings, and 20 runs were scored. So both teams got halfway through their batting order the second time. So a lot of pitches thrown, a lot of plays were made. It wasn't like it got rained out after 6 outs on each team. So they all got a chance to bat on this just gorgeous field.
So the final tallies, assuming this game doesn't get made up at a future date, 8 runs on just 7 hits for the Renegades, and 12 runs on just 5 hits for the Ducks. Not many errors in this one. As I look at my book, Bob, just 1 total error for either team.
Yeah, they probably had more wild pitches than hits.
Yeah, wild pitches and pass balls, a lot of hit by pitches. There were so many hit by pitches today that the home plate umpire disallowed a couple of them.
Here they're running the bases. This is fun to watch.
So the Renegades with the Ducks are running the bases. As the moms got their phones out. Maybe one of the kid's younger brothers is on his hand and shoulders.
So you don't get this opportunity very often to be on this field and run these bases, so I'm glad the kids are taking part.
So the Ducks finish the game. Headfirst slide by one of the coaches. And the Ducks will finish this one up 12-8. And they need to play at least 2 more innings to get the official win. We'll let you know on our Twitter page if this game gets made up at a future date. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up next for our play-by-play broadcast. That does it for Bob Vilsaway, Kyle Anderson, Brendan Januska, Anthony Collada. I'm Kyle Smith signing off. Post-game show coming up next on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
A deal for me? A deal for everyone!
15 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
For the past 3 years, we have been awarded Energy Star Partner of the Year for Energy Management, and this year we have won Energy Star Partner of the Year for Sustained Excellence, which is the highest level of EPA Environmental Protection Agency recognition, and it is truly an honor. We're very, very happy to receive this award and this recognition.
Attention, growth-minded contractors. Are your appointment cancellation rates increasing and your margins decreasing? They don't have to. We have the solution to help you turn those numbers around and grow your business, regardless of the economy. Engage clients before appointments, decrease last-minute cancellations, and increase keep rates with our easy-to-use virtual home designer tool. Clients will be actively involved by uploading their house pictures that personalize the design process. Your clients can change the design of their house and upgrade the parts they want with our product catalog. Clients can download the design report, accelerating the process and closing the deal quickly. Impress your clients and stand apart from the competition while demonstrating your skills with Richards Building Supply Virtual Home Design Center.
At Played Again Sports, you can recycle your quality used sports and fitness gear, get paid on the spot, and find the best deals on what you and your whole family need for any sports season. Be sustainable and extend the life of your gear at Played Again Sports.
A deal for me? A deal for everyone!
15 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Hand therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can help their patient to clean and dress wounds, as well as regain mobility that might have been impaired from scar tissue buildup or muscle atrophy. Location, severity, and patient history will all affect the healing process and should be considered by the hand therapist.
Welcome to the post-game show, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. These young men matter from the Wheatland Ducks. They were up 12-8. It's not an official game yet because of the rain, but if they want to finish up the game at a later date at one of their home fields, they can do that. As the Ducks are the home team, they're up 12-8 in the bottom. Welcome to the post-game show, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Welcome to the post-game show, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. These young men matter from the Wheatland Ducks. They were up 12-8. It's not an official game yet because of the rain, but if they want to finish up the game at a later date at one of their home fields, they can do that. As the Ducks are the home team, they're up 12-8 in the bottom of the second. Mother did not cooperate, so we're in our post-game show as the bottom of the second is still with 2 out in the inning. 12-8, Wheatland Ducks winning, and what a game it was today, Sean Ruxton. You guys were down 7-0. Did you know that you scored 6 runs on no hits to start the game?
Yeah, you know, we got up to the plate, and we always know that we got to get on any chance we get, so we took the hits they gave us, even if they weren't with our bats.
What was the home plate umpire telling you? It was an interesting circumstance, a lot of hit by pitches today. Some players were leaning into the pitch, and he was calling it a strike on a couple of occasions.
He was just telling us to make sure that if we think it's going to hit us, we got to get out of the way because we don't want to get hurt here because this is just an exhibition game. We're just here to have fun, and no one wants to get hurt.
Ethan, your offense was here for you today. It was tough pitching in these conditions. Were there not enough game balls to try to cooperate with the Mother Nature today?
I think it was just that and trying to get used to getting used to the 60-90 and just the weather and just everything's not a good combination.
It was just not cooperating today. It was pouring rain, then no rain, then sprinkle. How tough is it to pitch in that when you just don't know when it's going to pour and when it's going to stop raining?
It's tough because you have a dry ball and then you got a wet ball and then it's just rotating between dry and wet balls and it's just not helpful at all.
Brody, right now you're winning the game. It's not an official game yet. We got to play 3.5 for it to be official. But you're winning right now, 12-8 on just 5 hits. What does it tell you about this offense? You guys find ways to score runs when you're not able to get that ball to the outfield.
Yeah, I know our base running, it's very aggressive, and even if they do hit us, we're just going to take any chance we can to get on base and just get the runs in.
Logan, you guys are up 12-8. Yeah. Obviously not how your head coach, Dom DiGiuseppe, would want to draw it up, down 7-0 going to the bottom of the first, but you guys find a way to outscore them 12-1. What was going right for your offense after that 7-0 deficit?
It's just the first inning. We were pretty good at coming back from runs, especially getting on base and scoring, even if it doesn't involve hits.
Welcome to the post. Vil Suet, Kyle Anderson, Brandon Januska, and Anthony Collada. I'm Kyle Smith. We'll see you next time on SBS.